Welcome to Movie Rehash. Today, I'm going to explain a comedy film released in 2021, titled, Queenpins. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. The movie starts with FBI agents coming to arrest Connie Kaminsky at her home. She talks in her own voice and says she's jumping ahead in the story, so she goes back to the start. About a year earlier, Connie doesn't have a job and is saving money by using coupons. She's married to Rick, who works for the IRS and isn't very nice to her. Instead of being supportive, he tells her to find a job instead of staying home and buying things with coupons. They've also been trying to have a baby, but Connie had a miscarriage, and they're paying off the debts from trying to get pregnant. Connie's best friend is Jojo, who lives with her mom, Mama Josie. Jojo can't find a real job because someone stole her identity, so she makes YouTube videos to try to make money. The local mailman, Earl, clearly has a crush on Jojo. One day, Connie has a really annoying day and writes a letter to General Mills, saying the Wheaties she ate were old. Surprisingly, she gets a coupon for a free cereal box. Later, Jojo tells her that companies often do this, so Connie writes more letters to get more free coupons. Then, they find out that these coupons come from a factory in Chihuahua, Mexico. They come up with a plan to go there and get more coupons to give to other moms and wives. In Carson City, Nevada, there's a guy named Ken Miller who helps stores and companies avoid losing money. He scolds a lady at a store for trying to use a fake coupon to get a discount, even though the cashier was okay with it. Afterward, Ken goes back to his home in Salt Lake City, but he's feeling pretty alone. Connie and Jojo go to Mexico on their journey, and they meet a couple named Alejandro and Rosa who agree to assist them by taking the unused coupons. When they have the coupons, Connie and Jojo start their own website, and a small business called Scifi Super Saver. This helps them sell many coupons and make money. But, Ken finds out about the coupons, and how some companies are losing money because of them. He bugs his bosses until they make it an official case that he can work on. The lady's account gets frozen because it seems like something fishy is going on. Connie figures out they need to prove they're a real business. To do that, they have to contact the hacker who has stole Jojo's identity, Tempe Tina. They reach out to Tina and she takes them to her secret hideout. There, Tina tells Connie and Jojo how to stay under the radar and keep their money safe. They also decide to use Jojo's cosmetics brand, Back to Black, as a cover for their coupon business. After 6 months, Connie and Jojo think their money is safe to use, but it's what we call dirty money, which means it's not legit. To make it clean, they start buying expensive things like sports cars, boats, planes, and guns. Meanwhile, Ken teams up with a guy from the post office named Simon Kilmurray. But then, Tempe Tina gets in touch with Connie and Jojo because they're spending too much money. She tells them that their money was actually clean from the start, and their big purchases are making them look suspicious. Tina advises them to take out small amounts of money from the bank and get rid of all their fancy stuff. Jojo later brings Connie to a fertility clinic where Connie decides to try getting pregnant again. Instead of using Rick's sample, she opts for an anonymous donor. Ken and Simon become friends during their mission. Simon understands how committed Ken is to his job. They start interviewing people from the grocery stores where the ladies have been shopping. Most of them remember Connie because they find her frequent use of coupons annoying. They even link her to the Super Saver website because it has the same slogan she uses when she shops. When they talk to a group of postal workers, they remember Jojo because Earl, the mailman, is always watching her videos. Earl tries to warn Jojo while Ken and Simon stake out near her house. After collecting more evidence against the women, Ken and Simon manage to get other agents to arrest Connie and Jojo. They end up in jail, but while Jojo is released on bail, Connie only gets a visit from Rick, who scolds her for her actions. Fed up with his lack of support, Connie tells him she wants a divorce. The ladies then face trial. Jojo gets 10 days in prison and a year of probation, while Connie gets 11 months, but she might serve only 8 with good behavior. Ken thinks their punishment is too lenient, but the companies they scam just want the case to go away to avoid bad publicity. Jojo starts dating Earl and moves to Montenegro with him. There, they use the makeup business as a front and continue their coupon business to stay ahead of the law. Connie, on the other hand, stockpiles goods while in prison, and discovers she's pregnant. She tries to stay positive as she goes through her sentence, focusing on the brighter side of things. In this way, movie ends here. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more interesting movie recaps.